start with an opening statement from Coach Corny Jackson after tonight's win over Western Kentucky.
We needed that one. We needed a win, especially dropping 3 straight, and then to come home and get a win over a really, really good basketball team in Western Kentucky. I think they proved how good they were in the Bahamas on national TV. So proud of our guys for coming out and have the competitive stamina. We've been preaching that the last few days, the competitive focus, competitive toughness to get the job done tonight.
Same thing I asked those guys. To this point, most complete game or close to it?
Well, you know, as a coach, you're never satisfied. You know, I have to watch the film. I'm sure, you know, I'll be able to dissect it. But again, just watching it live, I thought they played well. I thought we played the right way. And I thought we had those 3 things that I mentioned for the whole 40 minutes. Whoever took the floor, we had those things. Because even, you know, in the Lipscomb, I'll break down the 3 losses. I thought they came in. We talked about that. They beat us. We weren't ready to play. Wilmington, I thought that game was taken from us, to be honest with you. And then Ohio came, and I just didn't think that we had the competitive focus, competitive toughness, competitive stamina. Because we would do some good things. We would come down and we would do some good things, but then we didn't have the stamina, the toughness, or the focus to keep those things rolling.
Can I ask you about the way you guys closed the first half into the second? I think there was a stretch they went 1 of 9 shooting. Just did it feel like they kind of carried over the energy of kind of halting them to close the first and to opening up the second half?
Yeah, we made it a focus to one, stop them defensively, get back in transition. They're 25th in the country in free throws, right? So they were scoring, I believe it was 28 points from the free throw line, and then 26.7 in transition. All right, so we wanted to see if we can limit those 2 things. Take them away, limit them. They had 13 fast break points, and they had 11 in the first half. So that means they had 2 the second half, right? So that's big. They still shot 21 free throws, but they averaged 30+. So thought taking away those 2 things really helped us. Then we were able to get out in transition and push the ball ahead and run corners and move the ball. Now we have them chasing us defensively. Thought our bigs did a great job of setting the ball screens, the drag screens quick. We had talked about holding the screens because they fight over it really hard. And I thought our guys did a great job of executing the game plan.
How effective was Matt? Obviously blocks speak for themselves, but kind of threw them out of their game plan a little bit. I don't think that they usually, numbers at least, don't shoot as many threes as that. It felt like you guys kind of forced them into different things and maybe what they usually try to do, get in a line, like you said.
Yeah, we needed Matt to be big tonight. We need him to be big every night, right? We challenged him and said, hey, Matt, you're 7'2", some people say 7'4", so you're anywhere between 7'2" and 7'4". We need to have him, when he's on the floor, create an advantage for us, whether that's defensively or offensively. And I thought tonight he did a great job just being at the rim, contesting shots. He had 5 blocks. He had some really good blocks there, especially in the first half. And I thought he was strong when he rebounded the ball. He only got the ball knocked out of his hands 1 time. So we challenged him, and he stepped up to the challenge.
Talk about there's a key play that people might have noticed, but there's a tie ball and Landon with another guy who's like 6'8". He wouldn't let him go, grabbed it, and they were like, looking at each other. And that shows how feisty Landon was and this team was today.
Yeah,
that's the fight you like.
That's the competitive toughness that we're talking about, right? And we had multiple guys on the floor tonight. I believe Matt, was on the floor 2 or 3 times. Jalen was on the floor. Noah's play I thought was huge when he hit the floor first. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. And as long as I'm your head men's basketball coach at Marshall, I want our teams playing that way. I want our teams playing feisty. I want them playing with a competitive toughness. I want us to first to the floor, because when you do those things, I've been taught that really good things happen, right? When you're the first to the floor instead of watching or instead of waiting on someone else to do it. I've been taught all my life in this basketball journey that usually really good things happen when you do that, and tonight it did for our guys. I mean, Matt, 7'2", 7'4", he's on the floor 3 or 4 times, fighting for the ball and then making sure Marshall secures it.
Jalen, the type of player to where when he gets into a rhythm, I mean, he just seems like there's spurts and moments where he can go 4 or 5 back-to-back and not even blink.
Yeah, he's an experienced player. I mean, he's a guy in my neighborhood. He used to call it professional bucket getter. That's what they used to call it when I was growing up. He's a professional bucket getter. So Jalen's a bucket getter. You know, he especially when he gets going and taking the right shots. You know, he got going and took a couple contested ones. I call them low quality shots because I don't want to say bad shots, right? So to be politically correct with our guys, low quality shots. Because you took a shot and you had Matt on the roll, or you took a shot and you had Wilson on the back, right? So as long as our guys are making sound decisions and taking quality shots, I'm fine. Caleb came out and he missed 2 quality shots. Caleb, keep shooting. Keep being aggressive. Make sure you shoot with energy. And then he had a tee up and knocked it down in the second half. So as long as we can, you know, defend, keep guys in front of us, rebound, and then push it out and take quality shots, all is well.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.